I miss running. I really do. And I need to just kind of recap on why I got injured. Like, don't I need a haircut? Let's put this back on because I need a haircut. I really do. But oh my, chores suck. I don't like chores. They're boring. They make me hungry. They're tiring. They're exhausting. That's why I'm about to go get me a pick-me-up coffee right before I head to the orthodontist because I need to pick me up. That's why I'm gonna go get coffee. But I miss running. I really do, and I need to just kind of recap on why I got injured. Like, how long has it been since running? Like, back in January when I started running, I officially started like really getting into running, learning how to train around March. But obviously I was injured. But now I'm like really recapping on how I'm supposed to train. This injury is here for a reason. It's teaching me that I'm supposed to train this certain way and this way and not how I used to train back in January and how I used to train back in December and so on. So let's recap. Let's go back some time. So in January, December. Let's go to December. So what I did in December is I raced the Gulf Coastal Half Marathon. Awesome race. Got to see Desiree Linden. Got to see Grayson Murphy and some other athletes. Very cool to see them race. They were at the race. Very cool. And then we celebrated. Then I took a few days off and then got back right into training. Had no idea how to train. Had no idea what I was doing. So then January happened. I started to feel this weird psoas pain and I knew something was off, and that was January 16th, and that was at the end of a long run. 3 miles left. I still ran on because I just thought my legs were tired at the end of the long run. But then time flew by. I ended up taking off from running because it just got too painful after the run and during the run, so we're like, maybe we should head to the doctor. And so I took time off, took a break from running, and then I returned, and then I took off more because I knew something was wrong. That's when we actually went to the doctor. And so then we ordered a femur MRI. We got a MRI of the femur, and that showed nothing because it was not a femur stress fracture in which we thought it was. So then I took 6 weeks off, or 8 weeks, actually 8 weeks off. I cycled a little, and then I did PT. PT helped, and then I returned to running. Great. Ran for 2 months, ran in June, May, all that, built up my volume very good, and I then went to Colorado and the beach and all that, which was very good. Did Quantier Peak, did all these amazing things. Ran up mountains, did a race, the South Park Half Marathon. Very amazing race. I would highly suggest you to check out Human Potential Running. Amazing race company. And then I obviously started to feel pain July 14th-ish, and then boom, it hit me. I was like, man, this is this weird psoas pain I felt when I was getting injured. So then I took off from running and started immediately, strength training, PT, and to try and regain that. And it helped, but it didn't. About one time it ended up hurting so bad from doing it, like 6 months or something from doing it, that it was just like, okay, you need to not do this anymore because it hurts. You did something really bad that it just like, oh my god, you do not need to do this. It hurt so bad the next morning, so that's when I was like, I'm done strength training. And obviously, I'm still at work and all that. And so then we went back to the doctor. Then we went to another doctor. We just kept on going to doctors, and then we figured out, okay, maybe this pain medicine Mobic would work. Went back to the doctor, told him it works but it doesn't. So then we ordered a MRI with contrast, which allows from seeing stuff from a MRI from 64% or something like that to a 99.9%, something around that. And so the MRI with contrast showed free fluid in the pelvis, which is now like, okay, that's odd. Okay, well, the orthopedic had no idea what to do with free fluid because he's like, I specialize in bones, joints, all that stuff, not abdominal general surgery type of stuff. So then we went to the general surgeon. The general surgeon then was like, okay, well, I have no idea what to think here. So then the general surgeon is like, okay, so let's order a CT scan, let's get a urine test, and let's get some blood work. Okay, so then we got all that. They ordered the CT scan wrong. So when we go back to the doctor December 13th, will we know what this injury is? Will we have to get another CT scan? Will we have to do all that? And it's just like, how will I be able to run? What is this injury and how will I heal? So then I was like, okay. So maybe I started looking up Dr. Google and all that, and I was like, maybe it could be hip arthritis or osteoarthritis or some type of juvenile idiopathic arthritis, and they did not deny it, but they didn't also say, okay, it is that. So that just makes me think, could it be that? Could it be that? I don't know. It would suck because it means that maybe my PRs, running fast on the roads, will not happen. But let's hope, let's have fingers crossed, let's pray to God that it is just not arthritis. It is not. Please tell me it's not arthritis. So we'll find out something on December 13th. Hopefully it is not that. Like, it would really suck if it is that, you know. It really will. My other conclusions is it could be I just said that. Tendonitis of the hip, because what tendonitis of the hip can cause is inflammation and free fluid in the pelvis and around the hip. And what did I have? I had inflammation in the hip, which is a sign for tendonitis. If you look on MRI and you see tendonitis, a good sign for tendonitis on an MRI is free fluid. It causes fluid, it causes puffiness, it causes swelling, it causes inflammation of the hip or whatever. So I was like, maybe it could be hip flexor tendonitis. But maybe, wouldn't he have pointed that out? But maybe we were looking for a hip labral tear, something that was more extreme, because I had the symptoms of a hip labral tear. So he didn't come to think of that. And then I went straight to the general surgery with the free fluid. Wait, oh my god, I need to talk to my mom. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back from talking to my mom because I was like, okay, well, he sent me straight to the doctor, like to the general surgery, after he saw that I had free fluid in the hip, because he's like, okay, free fluid, this is not my cup of tea, I'm orthopedics, I need general. So then we went to a general surgeon. But I also had inflammation with the free fluid, and what tendonitis causes when you see an MRI is free fluid, inflammation, all that. So maybe it could be that, and I let it heal. I did core, I did strength, I did PT, I did cycling, but I let it heal for 2 weeks or 1 week before I did that. I didn't go straight into PT. So what that's telling me is maybe this is tendonitis that's not healed. Could it be that? Could it be tendonitis that is not healed? Like, it could be that. It literally could be tendonitis that is not healed because I have to walk at work. It doesn't allow the recovery to happen. So then it might develop into tendinosis, I think it's called, or tendinopathy. Gluteal tendinopathy, because I have some symptoms of it. Literally, on this gluteal tendinopathy occurs when pain emanates from the upper leg and gluteal area, caused by a deterioration of the tendons there. Excessive activity or inactivity alike might cause the condition to develop. And I had extreme activity. I did. I really did. Running a lot. And doing core and all that. Strength and all that. Then, other symptoms include tender lateral hip when palpated, especially near the greater truncature. I don't even know what that is. Then, pain when sidelined on the problematic side. Like when I'm in my bed sleeping, yes, I can feel it in the middle of the night. If I sleep on the injury side, this side right here, then I can feel it when I wake up. I can feel it in the morning more, and it kind of wakes me up when I sleep on this side. Because I don't know, like I know when I'm sleeping on that side because of the pain. Pain when weight-bearing activities such as walking, climbing, standing, and running. Yes, so I experience pain walking sometimes, but I also don't experience pain walking sometimes. It will overall increase if I walk for a prolonged period of time. Sometimes it actually helps it. Climbing stairs, standing, running, I haven't tried that in a while, so who knows if it can hurt. Pain may refer to the lateral thigh and knee. Yes, at the start of the injury back in January, I had pain in my thigh. That's why we thought of a femur stress fracture. I also have pain sometimes on the outer thigh, very rarely. I mean rarely. And I also have pain on the hip bone sometimes. And then pain with prolonged sitting, yes, I do. And if I sit like this, yes, I just felt it doing that. Ah, that hurt. That really, really hurt. And then if I stand on one leg, I stand on this side, put all my weight on this side, it really does hurt, especially during that 30-second range. I can really, really feel it. Another symptom is pain with crossed leg. Can increase, so like when I cross my legs, I can feel it. Like, let's cross them. Yeah, I can feel it kind of pinching the groin, pinching the glute, the back of the glute, kind of pinching the hip bone. And then I also have weak hip abductors. So it could be that. Then it could be hip tendinosis, because I don't know what's the difference between tendonitis, tendinosis, and tendinopathy.
Tendonitis describes a condition in which the substance of the tendon exhibits a primarily inflammatory response. In the late 1990s, the term tendinosis started to appear. Tendinosis describes a chronic tendon injury with degeneration at the cellular level and no inflammation. Finally, in recent years, tendinopathy has become the most appropriate term again. Tendinopathy describes a chronic tendon injury with no implication about cause.
And so, hip tendonitis, it could be this, because if hip tendonitis goes untreated, which it probably did, the pain can get worse over time. Hip tendonitis can cause mobility issues, meaning that you have limited ability to move your hip, limited range of motion, and it'll explain why I wake up with stiffness in the morning and pain, especially in the morning. Like when you rest my hip, when I sit for a prolonged period of time, when I wake up, when there's not enough blood normally, it normally hurts more, and then walking can hurt. So it could be that, or it could be arthritis, because arthritis, you wake up with stiffness. It can cause stiffness, it can cause pain in the morning. So it could be that. Let's hope it's not arthritis. Tendonitis is like the best case scenario for at this point, and I would really, really hope it is that. So that means, could it have developed into tendinosis, which is the chronic state of tendonitis? Which tendonitis is an acute short-term inflammatory problem that comes with inflammatory of the tendon called tendinocytes. But tendinosis is a chronic state of tendonitis. I have no idea what the difference between tendinopathy and tendonitis though. So I have no idea. So before I go to the orthodontist, I am going to put this on the screen right now. It tells the difference between tendonitis and tendinosis. So tendonitis, irritation and inflammation of the tendon resulting from the tiny micro tears causing pain, achiness, and swelling. Caused by injury from overload of the tendon. Strength commonly occurs during work or sports activity. Tendinosis, deterioration of the tendon in which collagen proteins are broken down, causing pain, stiffness, and decreased function. caused by long-term overuse and repetitive stress on the tissue, limiting the tendon's ability to properly heal, which is basically prolonged tendonitis at the end of the day. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think my injury is? What do you think it is? Let me know. I want to know. But I think it is. I'm going to be running late for the orthodontist if I don't get my act together and stop if I don't stop talking about this injury and what I think it could be, because it could be many things. And yeah. Found Matthew running. So now we're back from the orthodontist. Ugh, my teeth hurt. My teeth definitely hurt. But whoever knew I would see Matthew running? I never knew that I would see him running, because he's been dealing with on and off pain of his glute, his meniscus area, just a bunch of things that just causes him pain and does not really want him to run, and it causes, like, who knows if he would be able to race. But we're gonna close the vlog out here, and if you are new to the channel, we do the question and comment of the day. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like button. It really does help the channel out, and we really do appreciate it. Anyways, the comment of the day goes to Ezekiel Anderson. It referred to the question of the day, which was, what is the biggest setback you have had in life or in running? He says, QD, my biggest setback was when I first started running. I kept getting injured. I was on and off injured for about a year. When I started doing core and strength consistently and stopped making huge increases to my mileage, I stopped getting injured. Now I've gone 18 months and 3 full training blocks without getting injured. That calls for a hand clap. 18 months and 3 full training blocks is amazing. That's just like Seth Demore. He's gone through, I don't even know, he's staying injury free for a long time. Remember, an injury is you have to physically take off because you're in too much pain to run. So props to you, Ezekiel. I don't know how you did it, but it's probably because of the core. And you learn consistency, you learn patience. Because what is the main 2 factors for you to get better at running is having patience, because running is not a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's an ultra marathon. It is. You have to slowly have patience to slowly get better. It's going to take you many decades, most likely, to get to the marathon level you want to race at, or any race distance that you want to get faster at. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not overnight success. It's not over of a year success. It's over multiple runs. over consistency, having that consistent basis of keep on applying that run, keep on running. You gotta be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not gonna be patient, because those two kind of work together, and you have to be patient within your training, and you just don't want to get too excited and then you ramp up your volume, which I did, and I'm now injured. So yeah, and core and strength is very important. You want that strength. If you don't have core strength, you're going to get most likely have a low posture, and you're going to use more energy. You're not going to conserve the energy you want to conserve. You're not just going to have that, you're most likely going to have higher risk for injuries, because a strong core leads to slouching in your runs and just odd posture, and can cause shin splints, hip pains, calf pains, just weird injuries that pop up, niggles and all that you just do not really want. And so you gotta have the core and strength. On the strength side of things, it's gonna allow you to keep on running. Because you're gonna be able to withstand the pounding forces. It's not really someone's endurance that's hurting after the marathon. It really isn't. It's their legs. It's their body. It's because they don't have enough strength. You don't have enough strength, you're gonna struggle in the marathon distance. Just saying, or any race distance in that matter. Props to you, Ezekiel, and anybody else who has done it. Alright, and that leads me to the comment of the day, which is, what is the best training block you have ever had, and what was that race and the goal time that you were shooting for, and did you PR in that race? And did you achieve that goal you were trying to achieve? And what has been the longest time you have not been injured for? Like, how many training blocks have you stacked on each other without being injured? Anyways, that's the question of the day. I have stacked like one. Literally one. A big, fat one. So, yeah. Anyways, you can help support the channel on Venmo. I really do appreciate it, because it helps me, it helps the channel out. It really does. And yeah, I'm gonna put up a video up somewhere around the screen. Anyways, make sure you seek happiness, achieve goals, and find glory. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and peace.